I wanted to talk about Jon Stewart a little bit in this context. I overheard Ted and Alex discussing the clips that we showed and Howie's wonderful presentation. Jon Stewart obviously is a commercial success, and he's a direct rival to the 11 o'clock news, which is rapidly diminishing in its importance around the country, not just because of him, but because of a host of reasons, including some of the things that we've discussed here. And it just strikes me, though, relevant to this discussion that, of course, Jon Stewart is popular because he's funny and because he's irreverent, but it also struck me that he's popular because he's solid in the journalistic sense, that he actually, the evidence that he shows, like the clip we saw earlier, is verifiable, and he actually does more than most news organizations do, and actually devotes, as Tom Battaglia and I were discussing this morning, more resources to the stories that he chooses to focus on than most news organizations can. I guess, Ted, I'd love to hear, your perspective on the Jon Stewart factor.
First of all, I'm a huge admirer of Jon's, and Jon and I are friends, but as I was saying to Alex a moment ago, I think Jon Stewart is to television news what a great editorial cartoonist is to a newspaper. If you're simply going to look at the editorial cartoon and think that you have thereby grasped everything that story is about, you're missing something. If you've read the front page and then you go to the editorial cartoon and you see that the cartoonist is making a particularly acid comment on what you now understand, then you have context for it. What troubles me about Jon is not Jon, it's not his program. It is that there are so many young people now who look at that and operate under the illusion that what they are getting is a full newscast. Part of the problem is the full newscasts these days aren't full newscasts.